And I went at it with so much passion. No one could tell me anything that was going to stop me from doing what I love to do. I love to tell stories. I love to make it with the camera. I love to share a way of life that other people may have never experienced.
Please join me in giving a big blue and gold welcome to your kickoff speaker for the 99th State FA Convention, Mr. Gatlin Didier.
Yeah! Oklahoma FFA, how we doing this morning? Woo! To me, for your guys' future, to truly engage in it, you have to have a very particular mindset to engage in that future and be able to see it through. And that is a fearless mindset. Now, we live in a world that everything is about being fearful, right? Like even in your current predicament, if you're going on to school, oh, it's the unknown, I'm fearful of that. Or you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Oh, guys, it's going to rain later. Everybody, there's just fear everywhere thrown at us, right? Everything is fear this, fear that. What I'm trying to tell y'all today is the heck with that and always be fearless. Now, the reason I'm talking about being fearless and as a way to truly attack your future, engage in your future, is because I wouldn't be up here today talking to y'all if I did not take on a fearless mindset. 5 years ago, he mentioned the pandemic, I was a struggling actor in California. I was bussing tables, being a bar back, working at a restaurant, and then during the pandemic, I started working like in-home construction for guys who did not speak English. But the day my life changed was 2019, right before the pandemic, 2019, December 14th. I'm sitting outside Warner Brothers Studios. My wife worked there, and me and her were going on a trip, and I'm sitting out in the parking lot with her dad. Yeah, an actor who's sitting outside the studios, not inside the studios. Yeah, guys, it was not working out very good for me at the time. And so my father-in-law looks at me, and he says, Gatlin, aren't you wanting to be an actor, or aren't you an actor? I said, yeah. He said, well, don't you got to be acting to be an actor? I said, yeah. And he said, well, then why don't you just start acting? Light bulb. He's telling me to do the thing that I want to do because it'll make me become the thing I want to be. What? They didn't teach us that in school. They didn't tell us that. Like, hey, if you just go do that, you'll become that. That day, from that moment on, I knew exactly what I was going to do. January 7th, 2020, I decided to post my first YouTube video. And the beautiful part about living in California for the time I did is that I got to see, like, people are very intrigued of where we're from, but they don't know exactly the reality of it. That time frame of my life is when I really understood and really learned about me taking on a fearless mindset. You literally could not stop me from proving that I was going to figure this thing out on the internet. I would wake up at 2:30 in the morning. I would study YouTube videos and algorithms. Guys, I don't like that stuff. That's not who I am, but I knew it was going to get me to where I wanted to go. And then at night, I'd be up till late editing some of our videos, learning how to edit. And by doing it, I became that thing. And that moment doesn't come unless you take on a certain mindset, unless you start doing what you want to do. Yeah, that moment changed my life, but the moments leading up to it, the embracing of a fearless mindset. I'm being serious, guys. If you have no fear about what you do, nothing can stop you. I mean, I'm only in my early 30s now, and I'm still figuring out life, but what I'm starting to see is you never know where life will take you once you embrace a fearless mindset. I never thought I'd ever be back at State Convention, and here I am 5 years in a row back at State Convention. I honestly never thought after getting my state degree I'd walk across this stage again. Here I am. And I never thought in 8th grade, once I blacked out on that stage and I hit that gavel, I would ever speak at another FFA event again. This is what happens when you have a fearless mindset. Thank y'all so much. Have a great convention and come see us.
Special approaching bars. We'll get you through your convention.
Almost to Canton Lake.
You all have certainly mastered the edutainment, right? Where you're educating and entertaining, and you all have done a great job of jumping on trends. Is there a favorite trend or a favorite piece of content that you have been a part of making that you'd like to share with the group?
I don't know if you've seen the one with the golf cart where I say, am I extra or am I basic?
Yeah.
When people call you extra, just look them in their face and say, am I extra or are you basic?
That was my favorite.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
But for me, I think when it comes back to all that, my favorite one, honestly, is there was this back when like TikTok was super hot in like 2021. You guys remember the song "Stay" by Kid Laroi? And it was like such a big thing on TikTok, and it was like, oh, do y'all remember that era? Was that well beyond?
I do the same thing I told you that I never would.
And so like there was this guy down in Texas who would dance to it. So we just made a farm version where we like jump around to him. And I remember doing it with Jarrett, and we did like 10 million views, and I was like, that's awesome. And then Granny, we did one with you, and that was like our first big viral video.
How viral?
Like 56 million on Instagram and 23 million on TikTok.
And there's 4 million people in Oklahoma?
Yes, that's what, and so.
Do y'all see the math there?
Yeah, it's.
Math is math to me.
Yeah, so that's why it helps to jump on trends sometimes, because then your brand gets exposed to things that it never, like in ag, we would have been stuck in our niche, but we were able to expose ourselves outside the brand. So that's probably my favorite one, because it lifted us to new heights, I guess, when it came to social media exposure.
What's your favorite movie?
Twisters, the new one. The new one.
The new one. I knew he was going to say it.
I hate the plot, but the science and all the CGI is very, very accurate. So I love what they've done to the whole, storm chasing stuff. And I love it being able to encourage people into weather, and it's a great thing because the more people you encourage into weather, the more lives you save, right? So I feel like that's the best thing, so.
Well, hey, watch out, David Payne. He's coming for your job, buddy.
Probably go with Shrek.
Shrek? Why?
Just a good movie overall.
Great. I love Donkey. He's pretty funny.
Donkey reminds me a lot of my sister.
We won't tell her that.
We might.
What is your least favorite farm-related chore?
Honestly, just taking out fence posts. It takes a very long time and it gets very draining after a very long time.
So would you rather put the fence together or take the fence apart?
Putting the fence together, for sure.
It's a lot funner. Okay.
Who have you been crushing on?
You want me to say this and it's going to be public?
Yes, it's going to be public.
It's going to be public. There's some people that are twins. I don't really want to say anything else because they'll probably see this video. No, they're not from my school.
If you could say anything to them, what would you say?
What you doing this weekend? No, I'm joking.
Well, that is the 2025 Oklahoma FFA State Convention. We spent 2 days straight on our feet, hanging out with y'all. It's always a blessing. It's so cool to get to meet everybody.
Yes, it is.
And Granny was just handing out kisses left and right.
I know. Everybody wanted to kiss this year. First time.
I heard that Granny was the most popular girl at the FFA convention.
Yeah, I heard that. Many of the crushes were on Granny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how. Why?
Can't blame them.
I mean,
you're a good-looking lady.
You're pretty good-looking, Grandma. Pretty good-looking. Well, thank y'all for a great time. We love getting to do this. It's so fun. And stay tuned until next year. But we're going to head home, pack up, and get out of Tulsa.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Back to the country.
To God's country. Give me back to God's country. In the words of Morgan Wallen.